Last time on Southeast Gassers, we saw the upset of the season when Randy Kiefer took down the undefeated Jerry Dean in Superstock. In C-Gas, we saw Tim Hall put a stop to Jaron Purdue's winning streak. Michael Oden took his first event win in B-Gas. And in A-Gas, Leslie Horn took the win over Ben Christopher. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to PowerTube TV and the Southeast Gassers. I'm your host, Mike Narks. This is it, the final race. For the second time this year, the racers invade Shadyside Drawgway. It's a perfect day for racing, and as always, let's head down to David for round one of Superstock.
Dalton, the number 4 qualifier, he'll be in the mortgage options right lane in his Ford Falcon Ventura. Wilmot, the number 7 qualifier, he'll be over in the quick time performance lane in his 66 Mustang. Don Wilmot gives it away right there with a red light, so Brian Dalton Sr. will move on to round number 2.
How goes it?
Hey, really good.
How was that round for you?
That round was really good, I think. I didn't get to look at the time sheet yet, but I was trying to see what I ran. I'll take it.
How's the car doing compared to, it's the last race of the season, so how's it been this year?
It's been really good. It's been hooking good. Like I say, this engine was a little small engine. I think I'm doing really good for what I got.
Okay.
Yeah, on that tire. I'm really proud of everybody, that's here, all the fans and all, we're glad they're here. So that's what makes this race. Sure did, and the good Lord above.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next round.
I hope so, but I don't know who I'm getting, so we'll see.
Taylor Bright coming up next against Mickey Huddleston. That's going to be your 5 versus 6. Bright, the 5th qualifier. He's in the quick time performance lane in that Barracuda over there with Hodge Restoration on the side. Huddleston gets there first, so he'll move on to round number 2. That's a 6 over a 5 as Mickey Huddleston takes the win right there in the right lane. Dean Hall, the number 9 qualifier in the Sledgehammer, he's going to be over there in the quick time performance lanes on the left side. Randy Kiefer, our number 2 qualifier out of Cookeville, Tennessee, in that 1956 Pontiac Chieftain wagon, the Spine Tingler. He's going to be in the mortgage options right lane. Kiefer from start to finish right there. Kiefer's going to be taking on Mickey Huddleston in round number 2.
Good news is it's leaving like it needs to. And, a little off the pace, but it got a little hotter. And not bad. I don't think we're at the pace we were down at sea level, but, it'll come around.
I'm surprised after last week's win, your head fits in the car.
It does. I tell you what, we pride ourselves in trying to be humble, so drag racing will definitely humble you. So we just better keep that way.
Alan Lovelady out of Hayden, Alabama, going to have a competition single right here, or a bye, as Kenny Phillips was on the roster as the number 8 qualifier and not able to make the call, so Alan Lovelady will get the bye right here. Sound like Lovelady might have missed that 1-2 shift right there, so he'll drive it off on the other end, but fortunately enough, he had the bye right there because Kenny Phillips had a breakage and not able to make it.
I had a bye round. I was going to let it loose and missed second gear. Hand slipped off, shifter on second. But I made it the next round, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, people forget, these are 4-speed cars. You got to do the shifting.
Yes, sir.
Right? And no matter how many times you've done it, the repetition, you still can make the mistake.
It left hard and shook tires a little bit, and I didn't grab second like I should have. So,
I guess we will see you next round.
try to do next round.
Jerry Dean's going to be over in the quick time performance left-hand lane. The last Rebel 2 is what he's calling his car now. He's went all year without any lettering on it. The bad apple of Kim Haynes out of Chesney, South Carolina, resides in the mortgage options lane. Jerry Dean with a really convincing win right there as he moves on to round number 2.
Yes.
Was this always the plan? Was this always going to be called that?
Yeah. First race car I ever had was called that. My uncle put it on there. He lettered it. It's not about the South. It's about my growing up. I was always a loner and done stuff by myself. I didn't go to parties. I done what I done, and everybody called me a rebel. So I just.
Excellent.
Pass was real good. The track's working really good in the left lane. The right's pretty good for us. The left's real good for us, and it was an excellent pass. We could do better.
Think Randy's going to leave you alone now that you let him win one?
Well, I didn't let him win, but everybody, a lot of people think that, but that was my screw up. And I seen both bottom bulbs come on and something flashed. I don't know if it was a camera or what, but I left. Wrong light.
Well, people forget.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that, it's not just
Yep.
the go-kart.
That's it, a lot to it. I'm glad he won, and I have no animosity. I messed up. He probably had me covered anyway. So, good friend, excellent friend, and we hope to meet again here in a little bit.
I have never been so torn. I was happy that he won.
Yeah.
I'm also sorry that you
Right,
lost.
I understand.
You were having one heck of a
Right. Well, maybe we can go out 9-1. Yeah. That's it. And there's usually only one way to win and 900 ways to mess up. And it can happen to anybody, anytime. I've seen professionals do stupid stuff, and it was just on me. I seen a flash, it wasn't the right flash. And in this racing, when you see a flash, you better go. And it's just me.
Well, after round 1, Randy Kiefer moves on in the Spine Tingler, as does Jerry Dean in the last Rebel. Great car, even better driver. David, give us the call for round 1 of Seagas.
All right, as we begin Seagas right here, Andrew Wiebe going to be matched up right here with Mark Halleck. Halleck, the number 8 qualifier, Wiebe, the number 9 qualifier. Don't know much about Mark Halleck other than he's got a 1956 Chevy that he probably bought from Quain Stock because it used to be the Flower Power car that was driven by Alexis Phillips. Mark Halleck turns on the red light, so Andrew Wiebe will move on to round number 2.
It was not bad. It was about what I ran all day long. So it's not great, but not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't been out with many events with us this year.
This is my 3rd race this year.
3rd race.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd the car handle?
Car handles great. Yeah. No issues.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What's it going to take to get you to do more races next year?
Just being ready earlier. That's all. Yeah. We were waiting on pistons this year, and it just took a long time to get. We were waiting on pistons this year, and it just took a long time to get. Longer than we were anticipating.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We'll see you next round.
Thank you.
A couple of Falcons right here. Next pair up, the number 7 qualifier, Steve Davis out of Monroe, North Carolina, into Spinny 3. He'll be in the quick time performance left-hand lane. Dan Hogan in the flat out Falcon, the number 10 qualifier. He's out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. He'll be in the mortgage options right lane. Steve Davis with an 067 light. He powers that on to victory as he never looked back. All right, number 5 qualifier and birthday boy Brad Wimberly in the Southern Sizzler. He's going to be in the mortgage options right-hand lane. And Ben Helms, the number 12 qualifier out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, in his 55 Chevy, he'll comprise the competition in the quick time performance lane as they match up in the third pair out. So the birthday boy Brad Wimberly continues to march on, putting Ben Helms out right here in round number 1.
Felt pretty good. First round of qualifying was a very bad pass. Second round was decent. That one felt pretty good there.
How's your year been?
Been a good year. Making small improvements. So got some change to do in the all season. Make it a little faster.
Well, I mean, this is a sport of inches.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, and your competition is crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. Every time we pick up a 100th, everybody else does too. So
Any big plans for next round?
probably not a whole lot for next round.
Fourth pair out right here is going to find the number 14 qualifier, Matt Helms, in the Rowdy Reputation over in the Mortgage Options right-hand lane. And he's going to race Jaron Purdue out of Peebles, Ohio, in the Stud Muffin, who clocked in here today in the number 3 spot in qualifying. Purdue, the winner of our last 4 events here in the C-Gas division, is poised to try to get back on a winning streak here at the last event of the year at Shadyside. Wow, what a ride he went on right there. And Jared Purdue powers on with that Gene Fulton power down the racetrack to the win.
Got a lot warmer than I thought it would be today. We was kind of hoping we could pick up where we left off in Gulfport, but I don't know that the weather's going to come our way enough to do that. So we're just going to do the best we can with what we've got to work with here today.
You have really come on in the second half of the season. Figured it out.
Trying to get the car finally kind of getting a handle on figuring the car out somewhat. So that's helping a lot. Wayne's helped me a tremendous amount. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
What do you do? You go into the off season with the car running right. How do you manage those 3 or 4 months of not being able to race?
Well, I think this winter we're probably going to be pretty busy. I think we're going to do some stuff with the rear end of the car and go in and try to straighten some things up and try to make them a little better than what they are. So we're hoping that we can manage and get time to do that this winter anyway. So we'll go from there.
Number 2 qualifier, Tim Hall, the 2-time defending world champion, finds himself in the quick time performance lane at the number 2 qualifier, taking on the number 15 qualifier in Jesse Beaver out of Hagerstown, Maryland, in the Voodoo Child. I can't put my finger on it, but that is not a characteristic run for Tim Hall. Something was not right on that race car. He still survived and advanced, where he'll take on Steve Davis in the next pairing.
Something happened to it. Something's broken in the rear end. I got in the suspension, not the actual rear end itself, but the car was really strange on that pass. So I got to run back and see what's going on with that and try to fix that for the next round. But it didn't, when it did it, I felt it and I let off and I looked over and I saw he was still right there and I got back in it kind of easy, just enough to try to stay ahead and so I could get to the next round if we can get it fixed, whatever it is. So I don't know if it's a shock or what it is. Okay, I'll tell you.
Diana Casto in the quick draw Falcon out of West Virginia. Mary Beth Haynes bringing back Diana Casto. Robin Harris helping out with Heath Adams and bringing him back. Number 6 qualifier, Heath Adams in the Rusty Bullet. He's going to find himself in the Mortgage Options right-hand lane. Winner of this one going to take on Sharon Purdue. So Heath Adams goes red, giving it over to Diana Casto. So Casto moves on to round number 2, where she'll take on Sharon Purdue. Next up, the trucks have matched up again after qualifying. The number 4 qualifier, Billy Wilson out of Gaffney, South Carolina. He finds himself in the left-hand lane on the quick time performance side. Gene Russell in the Junkyard Dyno. He'll be here on the Mortgage Options side as the 7th pair out. Gene Russell did all he could do, took a shot at the tree. He was still green, but the power of that Fulton motor for Billy Wilson drove back around him where he'll take on Brad Wimberly in the next round.
How was the pass?
It was real good. It seemed like we made a pretty good pass. I hadn't looked at the slip yet, but felt pretty good.
Okay.
It looked like wheels up in first and second. Felt really good.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
Because this is a big girl.
Yeah, all steel.
Crazy. Gonna make any changes for next round?
No, it run really good. Yeah.
Then we'll see you next round.
Todd Oden, number 1 qualifier and 2024 world champion in C-Gas. Going to just take an easy drive down the Shadyside Drawgway as he moves on to the next round versus Andrew Weeby.
Here's your round 1 of C-Gas bracket. Let's hope that Tim Hall in the Scalded Dog can fix his rear end issues before round 2. Let's head back to David for round 1 of B-Gas.
There's Leslie Horn driving the Leroy car. He's the number 4 qualifier here today, and he's going to be taking on Jason Roberts. He is in the mortgage options lane here in his car, the Carolina Moon. Horn choosing the quick time performance lane on the left side. That has been kind of the lane of choice today if you have lane choice. Leslie Horn with a 096 light right there, and he just dominates and takes it to victory right there over Jason Roberts.
I'm doing good. Got a big crowd here, pretty weather today. Got Power Tube TV out here. Got the little Nova Chevy 2 of Wayne Swafford running pretty good. Don't know where we qualified, but I think we're getting better and better every pass in. Be nice to be in the finals in this thing. It'd be great. Mess around, put 2 races in the bag today. It'd be wonderful. I'm running the A-Gas car too, but we're ready to go get it. I got to go, Ray. See you, buddy.
Number 6 qualifier and 2024 world champion in our B-Gas category, Daniel Haynes, going to be part of the second pair out right here in B-Gas against the number 19 qualifier, Eddie Hawkins, in the Sum 2, which is in the mortgage options right lane. What a campaign that Daniel Haynes has put together this year in the route to the 2024 World Championship, as he's had some wonderful sponsors, Rob Ionario, attorney at law, Flatwood Customs on the side right there. Start to finish, that'll be the Patriot right there as he moves to round number 2.
Hey, that wasn't a half bad lick. I'll take that.
You know, it's funny, from Mooresville, we just been on air.
Oh man, we picked up a little bit. And, you know, we do some work to the car all the time, and the competition here is just nuts. So if you're not working on your stuff, you're not getting better. We've been getting better a little at a time. We're getting places. Today we get to have a relaxing day and just try to win a race.
Yeah, well, yeah, so it's pride for you today, right?
Yes, sir. It's all pride today.
Does that, you find it's much easier because you're more relaxed?
Oh yeah, it's way better. No stress today.
Ken Rainwater out of Kimberly, Alabama, the number 1 qualifier, going to have a single right here by virtue of being that number 1 qualifier. Rainwater got a different combination in here this weekend. He went to the mechanical fuel injection on his car, so that looks like he picked it up a good bit. Fourth pair out, going to find the number 10 qualifier, Jerry Birch out of Roebuck, South Carolina, in the Freebird. He'll be in the mortgage options right lane, taking on the Winchester, Tennessee native Greg Adams in the Hillbilly Hoodlum. So Jerry Birch makes quick work of Greg Adams right there, and he'll move on to round number 2 in that Freebird out of Roebuck, South Carolina.
It's been a long time since I got to talk to somebody.
Take this microphone.
All righty.
Tell me how the top was.
Good, good. Got a little squirrely in first and second shift, but straightened up after that.
Let's see. How many events have you made to this?
Just 3. I had rotator cuff surgery in January and had to heal up for that. It was a pretty bad tear, so I didn't get released from the doctor till May, and so Mooresville was the first race I was back.
We decided to come out in the last race of the season and drive yourself nuts over the off-season.
Exactly. What might have been.
Any big changes between now and then,
No. It is what it is. We haven't made any changes this whole year. It's got what it's got. Maybe next year.
Defending world champion Ted McKee, the number 3 qualifier, going to be part of the 5th pair out right here, as he's going to get the number 22 qualifier in Kelvin Cannon. Kelvin Cannon going to be in the quick time performance left-hand side. Lexus Phillips bagging up Ted McKee to the beam. Christy Burchett bringing up Kelvin Cannon to the line. Ted McKee going to be in the Rocky Top Missile. He's out of Lenoir City, Tennessee. Got that Gene Folk power underneath the hood for him. Ted McKee had a 082 light. Don't know what happened right there as he aborted the run. So Kelvin Cannon going to move on.
Tell me about that pass.
It was actually the best one today. I've read it twice on testing or qualifying. My line lock wasn't working, so it was rolling back out the lights. So both qualifying was red lights.
It sounds like somebody has already decided to take the rest of the season off.
The car has.
Any changes between now and next run?
Probably gonna put the cool can back on, cool the fuel down, see if we can get a little better ET out of it.
So Bill Rebel's unable to make the call right here, so we're going to have a competition single right here for Art Copeland as he makes up the 6th pair out. So Copeland going to get basically a competition single where he'll move on to round number 2. After this, he'll take on Ken Rainwater, the number 1 qualifier in round number 2.
Well, I'm trying to pick up. It's been a rough year so far, but we're finally got the car about dialed in. So we're just, yeah. But there's next season.
Any big changes between this run and next run?
No, just gonna try to cut a better light.
Welch in the number 7 qualifier. He'll be in the Mortgage Options right lane in that Ranchero that he calls the Moonbeam. He's going to be taking on the number 18 qualifier, Michael Wickware, in the Cranky Yankee. Wickware will be over in the quick time performance lane. Winner of this one going to take on the world champion, Daniel Haynes. Start to finish, Colby Welch in the Moonbeam moves right on. So that's going to be a big matchup. Colby Welch, a former world champion. Michael Oden right here in the double down, the 21-year-old out of Birmingham, Alabama. Jimmy Martin out of Social Circle, Georgia, right here in that beautiful 55 that he calls the Ditch Digger. These guys make up the 8th pair out. Oden's the number 9 qualifier. Jimmy Martin, the number 16 qualifier. The winner of this one's going to take on Leslie Horn. Michael Oden late on his start, but Jimmy Martin put a 013 light on him trying to get the win, but Michael Oden drives back around with that one-way technology horsepower.
How's it feeling? How's the car feeling?
Well, so far it's been pretty bad, honestly, and that one was actually a pretty good run. Got it back down in the 560s, so that's where we want it.
All I could hear was the call, but it sounded like you might have been asleep at the tree.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was way asleep at the tree. Today's been a horrible off day for me. I've been in the 0.1 something all day long. It's horrible.
Talk to me about how did you celebrate after you won last year?
I celebrated with a nice cold shower, and then I drove all the way to the house and slept in my own bed.
Nice.
The 9th pair out is going to find Rick Varner, the dirt man out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, the number 5 qualifier here today in the quick time performance lane on the left side. The number 20 qualifier, Andy Shanks, going to be in the mortgage options lane trying to knock off Rick Varner. Pass right there that he could knock off his list, and a great momentum thing for him. Could Shanks, as this is the first time he's been with us in his debut here in the Southeast Gas. Big red eye catches Shanks. Shanks knew he had a big job ahead of him if he was going to knock Varner off, but the red eye catches him as he tried to get an early start.
How goes it?
Done pretty good. Made that first one, got it out of the way.
Yeah, I think you should go a couple of rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Trouble
Yeah.
after that.
Well, it's hard to run with them boys at the end. Old Kevin Burt and them guys, they're fast. We qualified 5th. I'm pretty happy. The car still runs steady. We'll just drive the rest of it.
What's make any changes?
No, we just did a little tire pressure and clutch adjustment. We'll hang in there till we can't hang no more. Right.
Riley Stott, I don't even know if he's old enough to vote, but he knows who he wants to be the president. You got a Michael Walters sitting over there in Papa's Wild Willis in the quick time performance lane. And you got a young gun right here sitting in the young gun car, and that is Riley Stott, the number 11 qualifier, taking on the number 14 qualifier in Michael Walters. Riley Stott rolled in deep, but still did not red light, so what a move right there by him. He takes the win.
Oh, that was a good pass. I was sleeping on the light, but we made it up. It was a pretty good run, 5.76. It's been 5.72, but weather's not the best, so we'll take it. Well, we had to make some changes after qualifying. Yesterday we messed with some stuff in testing and tuning, and it wasn't working, so we were kind of going on a whole new setup for the first qualifying run, and it worked pretty good. But second qualifying run we had some transmission issues, but we got that out of the way, so we're probably going to keep the same setup heading into round 2.
Gary Smith out of Leesville, South Carolina in the Chicken Bone, that beautiful 51 Henry J. He is in the Mortgage Options right lane. He's the number 17 qualifier here today. He's going to take on the number 8 qualifier out of Campbell, South Carolina in Mike Blackwell in that 1955 Thunderbird called the Thunderstruck. Oh, Lord, Gary Smith breaks an axle right here on the line. What a great job of Gary Smith by stopping that car immediately.
How'd it go?
One more time, I won that one, so we'll see what happens next round.
You gonna make any changes?
Nope. We changed enough the last 2 days.
How's the year been for you?
Up and down, more down than up, but we've enjoyed it.
I just lost $5 on Kevin Burt right there because I did not think that was going to happen. Unfortunately, it looks like he had a mechanical failure. And the Iceman, Rod Burton, are going to move on to take on Riley Stott in the next round.
We got lucky. We've been struggling all weekend, and this motor was something that was loaned to me just to make this race, and we've been fighting last night and this morning and that, but it's coming around, and Kevin obviously must have had some problems there, so. But we'll take it round by round. So this should have sealed our 10th spot anyway. So
What are you planning to do in the off-season?
we go up to Wisconsin in February, which hopefully you'll be coming along, and come up and see. I bought one of my tires along for you to look at ice drag race up on Barrel Ice Drags.
I totally want to come to that place.
Yep.
I want to make that happen.
Yep, absolutely. Sounds good.
What are you going to do between now and next round?
Try and figure out, make this thing a little bit better. That's all we're doing. Every round we're changing something.
And here are your B-Gas results. I can't believe I'm saying this for the last time this year. Let's head down to round 1 of A-Gas.
First pair out right here in A-Gas. So Gabriel Burrow, two-time world champion here in the mortgage options lane with a John Kazi Power underneath the hood of that 31 Ford that he calls the Southern Flyer. Dean Jonas in the quick time performance lane for round number 1. Dean Jonas out near the wall and still stays in it. Wow, Gabriel Burrow takes the win.
Not real good, but we got through first round. That was probably the hardest first round we've had all season, so just glad to get by Dean. He's always a tough competitor, and got to go over here and work on it and see if we can get enough to maybe outrun Leslie second round.
Okay, well, no big changes between now and next round?
Lots of big changes.
Oh, tell me.
I don't know.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Next pair out is going to be the number 8-9 qualifier matchup. Rob Walden in the Strychnine, the 33 Willis, is going to be in the mortgage options right lane. And Barry Lynn, the number 9 qualifier, is going to be in the quick time performance lane in his 65 Chevelle wagon called the Little Red Wagon. Rob Walden builds his own horsepower. Rob Walden, the son of the legendary Mr. 409, Lamar Walden. Rob Walden gets there first.
Oh, looks like we managed to get past Barry there. He had a little better reaction time than I did, but I drove back around him, so that's good. So hopefully we can do it again. I don't know who I got to run next, but we'll try, see what we can do.
Any big changes between now and next round?
No, not really. I don't have anything I can do to it.
All right, next pair out going to have Chase Howard, the number 3 qualifier in that 1967 Chevelle. He'll be in the mortgage options right lane. He's going to take on the number 14 qualifier, Tony Turner, in the 1939 Dodge. Katie Burrow going to bring Tony Turner up to the line in the quick and dirty. Turner out of Columbus, North Carolina, relocated out of the Cumming, Georgia area a few years ago. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Chase Howard nails him at the tree and drives on to victory. That was an easy victory for Chase Howard.
Pass was pretty good, nothing spectacular. Starting line's been getting pretty good. We're getting better every pass today. First round of qualifying was great, second was okay. Start line's just getting sticky and we got to adjust the car for it. But it made a decent lick. We can go back and make a few changes and hopefully come back and see you again next round.
I would love that.
Absolutely, since I didn't get to see you in Gulfport.
That's true. What the heck, man?
Yeah, so number 7 piston decided it didn't want to be in there anymore and it just crumbled. So we had a lot of broke parts. Finally got the motor back in it Thursday and fired up at 6 o'clock to make it here. So it's been a thrash to make it, but we're here.
All right, Alan Pittman up here next to Greg Stelz, going to be the 4th pair out. Stelz is number 6 qualifier out of Wapaka, Wisconsin in that 57 Pontiac that he calls the Joker. And Alan Pittman in that 41 Willis right there. He's from Greenville, South Carolina, the number 11 qualifier. Both these guys sporting G-Full power. So this is going to be a good matchup. It's whoever can apply it to the track the best. Greg Stelz and the Joker comes out on top.
Well, we needed that one.
It's about time you came and saw me.
That's right, that's right. The car's running pretty good. We're a couple hundredths off yet, but hopefully we can treat these guys and get it done tonight. 2 more tough guys to get through to get to the finals, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Any big changes between now and next round?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do some clutch changing. I just got to look at the video quick, and I'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, Kenneth Phillips in the 1958 Corvette out of Campobello, South Carolina, the number 5 qualifier here, going to be taking on the number 12 qualifier, Scott Gudisic, who sits over in the quick time performance lane in his beautiful 41 Willis called the Orange Peeler. He does a great job of keeping it off the wall, and Kenneth Phillips going to move on to round number 2.
Tell me how to go.
Went good. Sure am glad to see you. When I see you, I know I'm winning.
How was the track?
Track's good. The car's doing good, so as long as I do my part, I think we'll be good. No, everything's good.
As the next pair coming, that is going to be Ben Christopher, the #1 qualifier out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, into Happy Days Chevy 2. He'll be over in the Quick Time Performance left lane. And he's going to be taking on Chris Whitley, the #16 qualifier, in the Mortgage Options right lane. Ben Christopher continuing to shave thousandths off his ET.
1,000th off the record. Yep. I got a new motor in this thing. I guess everybody knows it by now. Jason Line Performance. Go ahead and make it known. He's provided me a very good, reliable motor. This thing is getting with it. It's up to me now to get going with it.
So typically, brand new motor, you don't come out and do that well right off the head.
No, it's taking me a little bit of a curve. Last night kind of threw me a little curve, and I'm figuring it out a little bit more. We talked a couple times a day and getting it going.
Justin Moses out of Brazelton, Georgia, in that 56 Chevy. He's going to be taking on Todd Blackwell in the Slingshot out of Campobella, South Carolina. Sits in the Quick Time Performance left lane. Todd Blackwell, clean sweep on that one from beginning to end, and he'll take on Kenneth Phillips in the next round. That'll be a great matchup. And last of the 7th pair out is going to be the #2 qualifier, Leslie Horn in the Chick Magnet, and the #15 qualifier, Ray Ballou in the Bad Alibi, that 1955 Ford that sits in the Mortgage Options right lane. Leslie Horn moves on where he'll take on Gabriel Burrow. He'll have Bay Shores in that next matchup.
Well, we're trying. We keep just plugging away. The old Fulton Power 55 Chevy Chick Magnet's running good today. Like I say, once again, this crowd here has just been awesome. Power Tube's awesome here filming for us today. We appreciate them. We appreciate all the fans that's coming out. I'm still in both rounds. Both classes. I'm running B and A. So I got to cut this short. I love all of you. Thank you, and see you next time.
Another great round of racing is in the books for the A-Gas group. Let's keep the party going with round 2 of Superstock, David.
Bryant Dalton Sr., the #4 qualifier here today, in his car called the Dalton Gang, is going to be over here in the Mortgage Options right-hand side. Alan Lovelady in the Quick Time Performance lane. Lovelady, the #3 qualifier here today. Ought to be a good matchup right here. These two cars very evenly matched. Bryant Dalton Sr. takes the win right there. And for his win, he's going to move on to the semifinals.
How'd that pass go?
Hey man, it done good. Done better than I thought I'd do. I thought he was going to get me because he's got a better time than me. But I popped the light. I got him off the line, and from there on out, I walked off and left. Yeah, done a real good run. Had a real good run. I was kind of worried about him, but I got it. Now the next one, I don't know yet. Jerry Dean, we're probably going to have a
Good old Jerry Dean.
Yeah, good old Jerry Dean's probably going to ride and leave me. He does have a good car, I say that. This little car's done good for what it is. Little 336 engine, and it shouldn't be tacked over $7 grand. A while ago, it was $8 grand.
Well, now that you put a name on the car, it should be a lot heavier.
Well, yeah, but oh well, you know, he's a good driver. I had to say that. He's got a good mechanic. You know, I'm by myself. Me and my wife. This is my car, and she helps me the best she can, and I try to work on it the best I can. Next year, I'm coming back with a vengeance.
Next matchup, going to find Randy Kiefer in the Spine Tingler out of Cookeville, Tennessee, and Mickey Huddleston in the Tricky Mickey, going to be in the Mortgage Options lane on the right-hand side in his beautiful Impala. The Spine Tingler, 406 cubic inches of Butler performance underneath the hood for him on those 7-inch spec tires here in Superstock. Two really poor reaction times, but nonetheless, Randy Kiefer takes the win right there.
Well, it looks like you're a winner again.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was my buddy Mickey.
Yeah.
We divided the crew just a little bit with that one, but you know, decent pass for both of us. So you know, it could be worse. I don't know if we got anything for Jerry. He's really running good today. So we'll try.
Jerry is slower today.
Yes, sir.
And he is slower today because
Yes.
he's put a name on his car.
Yes.
His car is heavier.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
he
sir.
did not- he
I
did
agree.
not win today.
I agree, and I'm with you, and we're going with that. We're going with that to the end.
Jerry Dean's going to do right now, as he is the #1 qualifier, so he has a bye run right here in the second round. It's got to be a weird feeling when you're sitting there on the line by yourself and your wheels just give way on you and you just go to spinning, but undeterred was Jerry Dean. He just went ahead and grabbed second gear, made a good solid run in the back half of that pass right there.
All your other Superstock competitors, we've been having a little chat because they're all worried about running into you in the final.
Uh-oh. I don't think they got nothing to worry about.
Well, I decided that with all of your checking, taking the car apart,
Yeah.
practicing,
Yeah.
that you did not account for the weight of having the name on this car.
That's right. Well, see, we painted the wheels a different color, and that's what's helping us. that's what we're fussing about. Me and Randy, we own each other about our wheels looking just alike. And I said, well, I dedicated them to you, you know. But
You didn't hit the back of the car like this.
that's right.
That's what he sees.
He's tuned up. If we get to the final with him, it'll be a tough run. He gets a bye run next run. It wasn't good for us. We spun the tires, which we was trying to see what it would take. Now we know what to do, but it's a bye run, so we tried something to see if the track would hold it, and it wouldn't hold it. So
It sounds like the track's really come around. The track's really good.
yeah, it's been good all day, but like I said, we kind of overdone it just to see if it would hold it, and it wouldn't hold it. So we know where to back up to anyway. That's it. You got to try. That's it.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There's the round 2 results of Superstock. Looks like it's going to be a great semifinal. Let's keep the action moving with round 2 of Seagas.
Andrew Wiebe there in the quick time performance lane in that 47 Austin. The pint size, he calls it. Going to be taking on the giant right here, Todd Oden, the man who has #1 qualifier today, the 2024 Seagas World Champion. Todd Oden continues his march. 0.45 light for Todd Oden off the beginning.
It's my second favorite of.
That pass was really good. This new little engine right here that we put in is really a little different to drive. I mean, you got to twist this little baby out of the frame to get it to move, but it's so much fun because you don't have to really worry about it. You just hammer away at it.
You've been so consistent this year, but you made a ton of changes too.
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
Well, I tell you, I got a great crew chief and my cousin Joey Reed that makes all the difference in the world. And we prep this car during the week. My son works on it all week. People don't see that kind of stuff. And we love working on the cars. We're in the car business. So cars are our life. I mean, it's just work, hunt this horsepower, and just love driving this old big girl.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next round.
I hope so too. I love it.
The two-time defending world champion in the Scalded Dog Rambler. going to be taking on the Monroe, North Carolina racer, Steve Speedy Davis. Pretty cool. Tim Hall's got him a shop rag right in the perfect spot to keep the sun out of his eyes. Steve Davis has been very good on the tree today as well, and he will have to be here if he expects to knock off the two-time and defending world champion. Tim Hall goes over the center line. That is uncharacteristic, but Steve Davis continues on. Tim Hall let it eat real hard on the line. That car pulled to the center, and he did cross over the center line.
How about that?
How about that, man? That was pretty good there. I knew he was going to be tough, and something happened, I think. He come toward my lane and got out of it. But I still had a good pass going, so we'll take it and go on.
How was the car running for you?
Really? Been consistent. I've been a bracket car all day. So that's good, I reckon. So we're having a good time with it.
Well, fantastic. I guess we'll see you next round.
Yes, sir.
And in the right lane, the birthday boy, Brad Wimberly, in the Southern Sizzler, that 62 Comet out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. Gaffney, South Carolina native Billy Wilson in the quick time performance left lane. Wilson, the 49 Studebaker truck, the troublemaker. Winner of this one going to get Todd Oden in the semifinal. Billy Wilson pulls the win out right there. Wilson with a 0.25 light to the 0.48 light of Wimberly.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, I think he run a 24 before last run, and I run like a 22, so it was going to be close. I tried to tree him, and it came up in first and then second sideways, and I just stayed in. I probably should have let out, but hard-headed.
That's all the fun, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'd say.
Jaron Purdue out in the stud muffin. That 62 Chevy 2 wagon occupies the quick time performance lane. Diana Casto out of West Virginia here in the quick draw Falcon right here. She'll be in the mortgage options right-hand lane, backed up by Mary Beth Haynes. Jaron Purdue taking the win right there in fine fashion, where he'll take on Steve Davis in the next round. So our semifinals are set in C gas.
Hopefully.
Tell me how that pass went.
It slowed down just a touch, but we made a couple adjustments, so I think we need to maybe go backwards, to where we was. Everything seems to be working pretty well though, so not too bad.
How are things going?
Things are going well. The car's running good. Getting a handle, I think, on the new carburetors. It's not the carburetor's fault. The carburetors are definitely giving us more power in the car. It's just the nut behind the wheel needs a little more time to get used to them. So. Yes, we did. We were on a roll until London, and when London hit, we were using an intake that we were hoping that would work for us, and ended up that it had some cracks in the floor and some major vacuum leaks, which caused us a lot of problems, and I didn't even get to make a pass in London. I mean, I made a full pass, but I shouldn't have. Luckily, I didn't hurt the motor. We come back the next race, we changed the intake back to our old intake, and then we ended up having to change clutch springs. So it was, what momentum we had just shut down. So I think we got the clutch pretty much adjusted. We might take a little bit more out, but everything else is good.
Okay, well, next year go to Georgia.
Oh, I won't. Next year we've got so many plans for this winter. As soon as we get home, even after we vote on Tuesday, the motor's coming out. Motor's coming out and going to the dyno so we can get a baseline. It's never been on the dyno yet, and so we know where we can go and what we're going to do. 4 months. We have 4 months. No, not really.
And here's your winners from round 2 of C-Gas. Unfortunately, Tim Hall wasn't able to repair his car in time, which is sad because he won last month at Gulfport. And it was great to see Diana Castro, who's one of our favorite people to interview. Let's get out to the B-Gas action, David.
All right, first matchup going to find the dirt man, Rick Varner, in his 55 Chevy in the Mortgage Options right-hand lane. He's going to be taking on the Campobello, South Carolina racer, Mike Blackwell, in his 1955 Thunderbird called the Thunderstruck, which will occupy the Quick Time Performance lane. Rick Varner takes that right there by 0.07 of a second at the margin of victory right there. All right, Art Copeland in that Barracuda named Ain't Done Yet. He finds himself in the Mortgage Options right lane. Art Copeland making a good showing here today, and he's got a mountain to climb right here as Ken Rainwater out of Kimberly, Alabama is over there in the Quick Time Performance lane. He's the #1 qualifier today. .091 on the tree for Rainwater as he drives it through the big end and continues a torrid streak today with his elapsed times. Another great matchup right here, two world champions. Daniel Haynes, the 24 champ, coming up next year will be his reign. Colby Welch has had his reign and has a good piece underneath him in that Moonbeam. Welch finds himself in the Mortgage Options right lane in that Ranchero called the Moonbeam. Winner of this one going to get Ken Rainwater in the next round. Daniel Haynes continues his march here in 2024, as that is going to be a huge matchup coming up next. Michael Oden going to be in the Mortgage Options right-hand side right here in his Double Down 2, coming off his Gulfport Dragway win at our last event. Going to try to slay another giant right here in Leslie Horn, driving that car they call Leroy, owned by Wayne Swafford with Gene Fulton power underneath the hood. It's going to be intriguing right here, the young Oden and Horn. Horn takes his time to stage. Michael Oden moves on. That is a big win right there for Michael Oden as he continues to notch wins in his belt here in 2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was that pass?
Pretty good. One of the best ones of the day. Yes, sir.
Okay. Starting to get cooler as far as you get back.
Yes, sir.
Are you have to make any changes?
Might have to change my fueling. You know, we got a jet that we got to change every now and then. With it getting colder, we'll probably have to drop it a little bit, but other than that, nothing much.
Well, you're doing what it takes to win, right? Which is go round.
Yes, sir.
It's the hardest thing to do. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Passes look good, track's good.
Oh yeah, everything's starting to feel a whole lot better, honestly. Yes, sir.
Kelvin Cannon out of Elizabethton, Tennessee in the loose cannon. The 33 Thames panel van finds himself in the Quick Time Performance lane on the left-hand side. Jerry Birch behind the wheel of the Freebird as a common sight. His brother Joey right behind the car, making sure he's straight. Birch has been off for about he was out all last year with a shoulder injury. And Jerry Birch clicks off another good run, so he moves on another round where he'll take on Michael Oden in the next round. The sixth pair out here in the second round going to find the Iceman, Rod Bergner, matching up against Riley Stott. Riley Stott, the number 11 qualifier. Bergner, the number 23 qualifier. The Iceman car is for sale as he has a 55 Chevy that he's going to bring back out. So Riley Stott takes the win right there where he'll take on Rick Varner in the next round.
So that's round 2 of B-Gas. Let's see round 2 of A-Gas.
All right, Rob Walden here in the 33 Willis. He'll be in the Mortgage Options right lane. He's going to take on the number 1 qualifier here today, Ben Christopher, in the Happy Days. Robbins Repairables sponsoring on the side right there for Ben Christopher. Man, that combination was really violent right there as Ben Christopher sat it down and that car took a hard right. But Rob Walden moves on because he can go A to B. Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, baby. That was it.
Was it feel like it was the second best gas drive?
Well, that's pretty good right there because Ben whoops my butt every time I beat him. And I don't know, I think he had a problem, but a win's a win and I'll take it, baby. So, on to the next round.
Folks, you wouldn't believe it, but these two guys are practically neighbors. They live up in the Campobello, South Carolina area. Todd Blackwell in the slingshot, occupying the quick time performance lane over there. Jeff Taylor, big block underneath the hood for Kenneth Phillips in his 58 Corvette that occupies the mortgage options right lane. Kenneth Phillips takes the win. Good run by Todd Blackwell right there. Phillips was 0.58 on the tree, Blackwell 0.79.
One more time. Two more. Oh.
How's that track?
Track's good. Track's good. Car seems to be good. As long as I do my part, we'll be good. I think everything's going to be good. I think I'm just going to leave everything. Everything's working good. Thank you.
Greg Stelz out of Wapaka, Wisconsin in the 1957 Pontiac that he calls the Joker. He'll be taking on Greer, South Carolina racer Chase Howard in the mortgage options right lane in his 67 Chevelle, the USA 1. Leah Stelz bringing back her husband with the the Fulton race engine under the hood. Red light Chase Howard. He gives it away right there to Greg Stelz. And Stelz looks like he hit the cones down there. The cones are out at the 8th mile. Chase Howard is the winner as Greg Stelz has crossed the center line and disqualified himself.
Because it's a confusing one.
Yeah, he got me. I read that.
You read that?
Yeah.
You were feeling it chasing.
Oh, I knew I had to be on the tree to outrun him. He run a 33 to my 32 last round, so I knew I was going to have to chop the tree down on him to hopefully get that win, and I think I cut it a little too close. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know how that plays out, but we're going to figure it out.
All right, now, you guys remember back last year, this was the battle for the championship won by Gabriel Burrell. It went right down here to the Shadyside. But Gabriel Burrell come out and bested Leslie Horn in the points battle last year. And I know that's going through the mind of Leslie Horn right now as he sits in his Chick Magnet 55 Chevy in the quick time performance lane. And Leslie Horn takes the win right there in a good drag race. Those guys almost even off the line. Horn with a 066 light and a 065 light for Burrell.
I understand. You got to go to the tree.
No way. Did he? Didn't look like it. Anyway, maybe we'll look at. We didn't get no ticket, so I don't know what it ended up being. I've never seen him. Oh, that ain't getting. That's so close. I don't know if you count that or not. But there again, the old 55 Chick Mag's running good. Fulton power pulling through. Ram clutch, G-force transmission, everything's working flawlessly. Did have a little fire a little earlier here in the thing, knocked a couple of circuits out, so we had to rerun it for the fan, get the fan back working. But hey, that's just racing. We'll move on. I hate I got took out in the little red car earlier. I treed the little old young gun, and he just drove around me. But here we are. We're gonna focus on this A-gas win again, and we're gonna try to put another one in. I mean, why not? Well, 5 in a row will be fine with me.
Here's your round 2 results from A-gas. Chase Howard will be taking on Leslie Horn in the semifinals. Yes, Chase did red light, but Greg crossed the center line, so the officials took the worst infraction. So Chase moves on. Tough break for Greg.
Rick Varner takes the win over Riley Scott right there. So this is going to be Michael Oden and Jerry Burt coming up next right here. Michael Oden going to be over in the quick time performance lane on the left-hand side. The double down 2 with one-way technology power underneath the hood for him. And the other Chevy 2 sits in the mortgage option side. That is the stalwart, the Birch brothers in the Freebird out of Roebuck, South Carolina. Both cars get a little squirrely about mid-track, and Jerry Burt knocks off Michael Oden. That is a mini upset right there, but Jerry Burt finding his way back into the driver's seat again.
Oh, mercy. She was dancing everywhere. I mean, tried to get a good line. I think I got a 00, so I had to do that. He's fast, so killer car.
It was a great drag race. So what are you going to do? Semi-final?
Yep, I think so. It'll be the same thing from here on out. I've got to try to make 2 tenths up on the tree with whoever I run. So, thank you, buddy.
Monumental matchup right here. I've been waiting to see this one. The 2024 champ, the man who has won the points on the year, that is Daniel Haynes. He's in the mortgage options lane. He's going to be taking on Ken Rainwater, the #1 qualifier here today. Daniel Haynes turns on the red light. He went negative 011 on the red light.
Yeah, holy moly's right. What a day. We after Gulfport, we were creeping on things at Gulfport and found some performance in the car. We went home and changed motors, changed combinations, went to mechanical injection, changed everything, I think, but the color. And it's been really good all weekend. And Daniel, I knew that was going to be tough. He's not a world champion for no reason. Awesome family, awesome group of racers. And to be honest with you, I'm proud to get around him. It's been a while.
So, did it make any changes?
No, sir. That was our career best. We're going to take that on to the next round.
Okay, let's get into the semifinals of Superstock. Here's the call from David.
All right, Jerry Dean out of Lacey's Spring, Alabama in the last Rebel 2. Man has already clinched the 2024 World Championship here. They're going to take on Bryant Dalton Sr. right here out of Sevierville, Tennessee for a chance to go to the finals and face Randy Kiefer. So Jerry Dean, quick time performance lane. Bryant Dalton Sr. going to be in the mortgage options right lane. And it's going to be Jerry Dean in convincing fashion once again.
Okay, so Randy had a bye. You were going to face up against each other in the final.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do?
Well, we made a pretty good lap, so we'll probably leave it alone. I don't know how he can go fast. He don't ever show his hand, but it'll be a good run, and probably going to depend on starting line. But you know, like I said, both of us has trouble hooking up sometimes, so it'll be interesting. Sure will.
Track's good.
That run was real good, sure was. But you know, lane to lane, you never know. So. I hope we keep lane choice because we can run out the same lane all day and we're kind of getting used to it. So, but if we don't, we don't. We'll do what we can.
Coming up, that's going to be Randy Kiefer out of Cookeville, Tennessee in the Spine Tingler. I think he's just going to take a leisurely stroll in this semifinal where he has a bye. And that's all he has to do in a bye run is just take the green light. And so he will do that and move on to the finals where he'll face Jerry Dean.
Yeah, and I usually run my buys out from a fan standpoint, but something funky going on in the clutch a little bit, so we just decided to take it easy on it. And
so this will be the last time this year you against Jerry Dean.
Yes.
You're gonna lay it all out there.
Oh, plus. Last time in super stock trim too. This car is becoming a Seagas car. You heard it here first. Okay, newsflash. This is the last time in super stock trim. The last pass for this car.
What made you decide to do that? That's a big.
You know, really, when I started this 3 years ago, we wanted to get into super stock to kind of see if we liked it as much as I thought we were gonna, and yeah, I mean, it's turned out to be, you know, even better than we thought, and we were pretty successful. But so it was always a stepping stone. You know, we wanted to make a Seagas car out of this, so it's getting cut Monday morning.
You know how competitive Seagas is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know all that, but that's where we're going.
That's your fault.
Yes. Yes.
Congratulations.
There's your results for Superstock. And again, like it's been a lot this year, it's Randy Kiefer going up against Jerry Dean. All we know is it's going to be a good race. Here comes your Seagas semifinal.
All right, Seagas coming your way right now. Number 1 qualifier and world champion for 2024, Todd Oden out of Birmingham, Alabama. Going to find himself in the quick time performance lane on the left-hand side. He's going to be racing Billy Wilson out of Gaffney, South Carolina in the under new management Troublemaker 49 Studebaker truck. Whoa, Billy Wilson, when that thing ran way up in there, he has to think better of it and get out of it, and Todd Oden goes on to victory. Billy Wilson with a big wheel stand right there. He had to let out and abort the run.
This car left harder than it's ever left right there on that pass. Of course, it may have been because I had it a touch above 10,000 RPMs when it left, but it hooked up and just hammered down. I mean, it felt so good. I smiled all the way down the track. If there was a camera in here, it'd be like, look at that boy's teeth. He's smiling like crazy.
Okay, so now we know who you're racing against.
Right.
Not going to make any changes, right?
No, I'm just going to try to keep doing the same thing because the car is really working good. And I'll be running Spinny, and he's an A-Gas world champion in the past. I know he knows how to get it done. So I can't make any mistakes. I just got to continue on and keep working hard at it.
Next matchup between Steve Spinny Davis and Jaron Purdue. Sharon Davis out front, bringing her husband Steve back into the beam. Heather Peak helping out with Jaron Purdue, as she always does, bringing him back in his track that he just laid down. Jaron Purdue, he is out. Steve Davis, Monroe, North Carolina, moves on to the finals versus Todd Oden.
How about that?
Whoa!
I would rather be lucky than good any day of the week, man.
What an upset.
Yeah, he knew I was going to try my dangest, and he went a little red, so I like it. So we get to make the finals. It's the first finals that I've been in since we won the championship in 2020 in the A-Gas deal. So my old heart's pumping a little bit right now.
Well, you got Todd Oden.
Yeah,
right?
he's a king right there. Y'all know that. So, hey, anything can happen. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
See you next time.
So Todd Oden against Steve Davis. Who could have predicted that? Now onto your B-Gas semifinal.
Ken Rainwater been in that left-hand lane all day because he's had lane choice all day. He finds himself there once again in the semifinals, taking on Jerry Birch in the Freebird, part of the Birch Brothers racing team out of Roebuck, South Carolina. They're going to be here in the Mortgage Options right lane. Ken Rainwater with the win right there. Jerry Birch giving it all he could.
That was good. That was a semis. Jerry Birch, one of my favorite racers here. Awesome guy, him and his brother. I think he's beat me the last 2 or 3 times I've raced him, so I owed him one. And we gave one back, and feel good going to the finals. I think Dirt Man's got a bye, so we know who we got, so we'll go get ready, and we'll be back for the final.
Okay, no changes.
No, sir, we're good. We're good.
How's the track right now?
Track's good. Track's been great all day. It really has. No problem. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Now Rick Varner going to find himself in the quick time performance lane here. Don't know if he is just going to take the tree. I didn't see a burnout, so looks like he's just going to take the tree and get ready to take on Rainwater in the final.
Here are your B-Gas winners. Let's watch our A-Gas semifinals.
All right, A-Gas semifinals right here. Kenneth Phillips out of Campobello, South Carolina, the number 5 qualifier here today. He's going to be taking on Rob Walden, Atlanta, Georgia, in that 33 Willis, the Strychnine. He's over in the quick time performance left lane. Alexis Phillips helping bring Rob Walden to the line. Rob Walden with the win right there. The margin of victory, 7 thousandths of a second at the stripe.
We're being a giant killer today, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Holy mackerel.
Tell me about that.
That right there, this will be my first Sega Finals in A-Gas, and holy cow, I can't believe it. We just put...
First finals this year, right?
I've never been to finals at all.
Never.
Not in Sega. I've won plenty of races, but not here. So, holy cow. It's awesome, baby.
I know you're not going to do anything different.
No, we're going to just do our thing and play our game and go for it.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Leslie Horn in his 55 Chevy, the all too familiar Chick Magnet. Man that has already clinched the 2024 World Championship in A-Gas. Howard right here out of Greer, South Carolina finds himself in the mortgage options right lane. Scott Duggan's Par race engines underneath the hood, 477 cubic inches. Leslie Horn literally creeping into the beams. He is taking his sweet time. Leslie Horn takes the win right there. Chase Howard had him on the tree. He had an 086 tree.
Yeah, that was a good race there. I don't know if he treed me or not. Oh, wow. He really treed me. So, yeah.
He drove 11 about 60 foot.
Yeah, probably somewhere. He might have been right there to 60 foot, probably 330. I could tell I was out in front of him. No, Chicken's mad. Chicken's running good tonight. So, can't say enough for Gene Fulton, Brian Harris, Carburetor Bob. They just keep tinkering this thing, and each round just keeps getting faster and faster and faster. We're going into the finals now again. Be the 5th one in a row for me, so we're going to see if we can put this in the bed and win the last 5. They may not like it, but that's all right.
You got one more round, and then you put this thing to bed for the winner. What's going to happen?
Well, we got one more round, and then after this, we'll actually pull the engine out, carry it to Gene's probably the first of the week. Go ahead and get started and get plans for next year. I may put another engine together. I may have to. You know, I got Ben, Christopher, and all of them are just all catching me now. They're right there. So it's the same old motor we've run for a couple of years. We've been working on it. This is my newer engine. But I think Gene, I talked to him a little bit. I think he's got a couple things up his sleeve that we can try that we've learned on this thing. And Gene's building a lot of these gas engines now. And a lot of the stuff that we've learned off of this engine, he's applying to those, and they're just getting faster than me. So it might be time for me to update.
How do you handle 4 months off?
Oh,
It's not.
well, Southeast Gassers, that's not a lot because we got the banquet coming up. You know, I got PRI show we'll be going to, in about 5 or 6 weeks, and then the banquet, and then it's going to be time for our big race down at Georgia Motorsports Park. I'm looking forward to that one.
Now let's get into our finals of the year, starting off with a legendary matchup. Let's see Randy Kiefer versus Jerry Dean for the last time this year.
Finals here in our super stock category, and one that we have seen over and over this year. The best 2 cars right here in super stock, down to the wire again. That is Jerry Dean, our 2024 world champ. He's out of Lacey Spring, Alabama. He'll be over in the quick time performance lane on the left-hand side. And he's going to be going up against the man who knocked him off in the last race. That is Randy Kiefer in the Spine Tingler out of Cookeville, Tennessee. Jerry Dean won every race this year except for our Gulfport race. And Randy Kiefer knocks him off. That is a big win right there for Randy Kiefer. 0.32 on the tree for Randy Kiefer to the 1.08 for Jerry Dean. And Randy Kiefer out ETs him as well. Margin of victory right there, 1/10 of a second at the stripe.
Holy moly!
Yes. Two in a row. Hey, just a great pass. We really, well, I thought my clutch was messed up, so the semis I just took it easy on the single, and you know, it was okay. We went back and looked at it and made sure everything was good. So this time we just said let it all hang out. We didn't know if we had anything for him, but we said we're gonna make it look good. So that's what we tried to do, and unfortunately he had a little bad luck, lost fourth gear, and so that's why we race him. We just don't talk about it much.
I mean, that's part of racing.
That's right. That's right.
But if you're going to win against someone or lose against someone,
Yes, sir.
it's great to have even competitive.
Yes, he is a very, like I've said many times before, I honestly believe I know he's made us better, and I like to think we've made him better. You know, we made him work a little bit anyway.
So, you know, I've said this before. You get all the glory.
Yep.
As the driver. Who made this happen for you?
Okay, who made this happen? Ron Hunter, Mickey Huddleston, Wayne Huddleston. Okay, Ron Hunter, Mickey Huddleston, Wayne Huddleston. These guys are just, I mean, they're awesome. And really everybody says, you know, the races are won in the shop. Well, that's true. And I'll put us up against everybody as far as working hard and trying to do things different to get better and get faster. So that's what we're doing.
What do you think was the toughest part of this year?
I'll be honest. To getting so close to Jerry, we ended up in every single final. So that's huge, right? But just to get so close and get hammered every time. So it is what it is. Like I said, that was a little frustrating. I mean, we really wanted to keep those spirits up. Yeah, it was tough to keep the spirits up. So, but we just kept working and kept trying to do things different. And here we are.
I know the last win there was some drinking out of the trophy.
Yes.
That will happen again.
Oh, that will happen again.
Will happen
Yes.
again.
Yes. That's definitely going to happen again. Yep.
Anyone else you want to thank?
A Butler and Bonifani and BMC Race Cars is great on the G-Force transmission. Roby Merritt is just fantastic. So this could not be scripted better to finish Superstock with this car because it's going to C-Gas next year. So last race with this car and this trim, I'm ecstatic.
I can't wait to see it next year.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Randy. What a way to end your Superstock career. We cannot wait to see how you handle all the racers in C-Gas. And your Southeast Gassers Superstock champion is the unflappable Jerry Dean. Let's get down to our last C-Gas finals of the year.
All right, here we go with our C-Gas finals. Todd Ode's going to be over there in the Quick Time Performance left lane. Steve Davis going to be put over here in the Mortgage Options right lane. Sharon Davis going to bring her husband Steve back. Todd Oden has favored that left-hand lane, the Quick Time Performance lane, all day. And let's see if he can go one more round to make it win number 21 in his Southeast Gasser career here tonight at Shadyside in our finals here presented by Robbins Repairables. Todd Oden takes win number 21 in his career here with a 6 flat with a 4. Todd Oden is going to take the win and the 2024 C-Gas Championship back to Birmingham, Alabama.
It feels awesome. It feels so good to get the year, get it over with, get it taken care of, and to get this last win. Because we have worked so hard changing things and trying new stuff, and just for this old car to come out and do what it did, it'll make you feel really good.
What was the moment this year that you kind of had an idea that,
About 3 races in, when we had not toasted a motor and everything was staying together, and the car was happy, the engine was happy. The one-way performance is just, it's amazing at the engines they give us. And when that thing hung in there and we were able to work around and we knew we had a good piece, this whole car it's a good car. It'll fool you. It looks big and it looks heavy, but it works. It really works. You know, I really don't know I don't know the reason. My granddaddy drove a 58. My uncles were all in the Air Force. They drove 58s. I just remember seeing them sitting in the driveway, and I thought, you know, those are cool cars, and it's something different. You know, different is good. It's it puts a little flavor in the game.
so you get all the glory, you get all the energy. Tell me who helped you.
I'm gonna tell you, my cousin Joey Reed, my crew chief, amazing at what he's brought to this program. He comes from a dirt racing background, the shocks, the springs, suspension. It's just how we have changed and how this thing has progressed is amazing. Surrounded by good people, John, my wife Gina, who backs us up, helps us, gets me in that groove. My son Michael working at the shop, all the people that work for us. My brother helps with the chassis. I mean, it's a full-on team effort. I'm just the guy that's lucky enough to get to drive the car.
Well, I want to ask you about that. You know, with your son driving.
Right. Yeah, it's probably been the most fun of anything I've ever done. You know, you want to say car owner, but I'm dad, you know, and what is so good about that deal is he gets it. He listens to me, and he's not from a background that's he already knows how to do it and he thinks he's better. He listens to me, and he listens to Joey, my cousin, the crew chief, and when he does that, he's a winner, and he's got the right attitude. He works on the cars at the shop. He's all over them like a spider monkey when we get there. It's great. Thank you so much. It's been a great year. It's been great having you guys on board. Thank you.
There is your CGAS event winner and 2024 season champion, Todd Oden. I can't think of anyone more deserving or a better ambassador for the sport. Let's see our last B-Gas final.
Moving on to B-Gas, we got Ken Rainwater, the #1 qualifier here today from Kimberly, Alabama. In his car, the Renegade, that he won a championship in a couple of years ago in B-Gas. He has stayed in that quick time performance left lane all day when he has had lane choice and has set blistering paces. Rick Varner going to be over here in the mortgage options lane in the right-hand side where he has been a good bit today in his 1955 Chevy that he calls the Dirt Man. Let's see if he's got one more in him today to take another trophy for all the marbles right here in B-Gas tonight at Shadyside Drawgway. Red light Rick Varner, but Ken Rainwater crosses the center line. So Rick Varner, red lights, but Ken Rainwater crosses the center line, so Rick Varner going to take the win here tonight. Varner went 001 red. So Rick Varner finishes out 2024 with a B-Gas win right here.
Ken Rainwater crosses the center line, so Rick Varner going to take the win here tonight.
You know, I skipped you a while ago. Steering box is broke. The steering box was broken. I couldn't steer. So we got back, tried to work on it, couldn't fix it. So we just come up, we were just going to roll up to the line. When I let the clutch out, it went straight. So I just kept going. Yeah, it's still broken.
Tell me about this year. How's it been?
Been for ups and downs, you know. I don't like third. I think I'm third in the points. We like first. Or if you ain't first, third don't matter.
Well, you got 4 months.
Oh, I'm done. This is my last race. This is my last race.
Okay.
I think I sold the car just now to a guy down here, and we got a 470 Pro Mod car and a No Prep S10 car, so I'll help Tyler race. That's my son-in-law. I'll just do whatever I want to.
is the best thing to do.
Yeah, I got a new grand boy, Speedy, so I'll spend a lot of time with him.
That's a good way to go out there.
It is. Go out with a bang. Yeah.
Well, even though you're hanging it up,
Yeah.
what should people know about Southeast Gas?
Oh, there's nothing like it. You know, there's nothing like it. Best people they are to be around. You know, tech guys, the organization, Leslie, and all the guys. Everybody's supportive of everybody. So, and the people, you know, you can break down. You don't have to ask for help. They'll be in your trailer. Somebody's gonna help you if you broke down. And that's the part I like about it. I'm not a quitter, so I dig all the time. I'm working on something.
Well, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
And enjoy what's next.
Yeah. We're gonna turn the page, do something different.
Congratulations, Rick Varner, and we wish you well in whatever you decide to do next. Congratulations, Daniel Haynes, on being the 2024 B-Gas champion for the Southeast Gassers Association. What a heck of a season you had. Let's get to our final A-Gas race of the year.
And here we come in the last one of the night. This is for all the marbles here at the Kings of the Sport, the A-Gas. The fastest cars on the property, Rob Walden, going to be taking on the big Gene Fulton breathing dragon that is the Chick Magnet over in the Quick Time Performance lane. Last run of 2024 right here, folks. And it's been a remarkable year. Let's see if there's any fireworks left. If Rob Walden can slay the giant right here and kill the Chick Magnet. Leslie Horn has been a juggernaut this year in A-Gas. Let's see if he can finish out the season the way he started it. Leslie Horn takes the win right there. Walden gave him all he could, but Walden comes up with a 5:43 with a 9 at 128 miles an hour, and Leslie Horn 5:21 with a 0, 133.97 miles an hour for your 2024 A-Gas champion.
I'm telling you, Ray, what about that? 5 in a row. I mean, the old chicken was mad tonight. It was running good. Fulton, can't say enough for Fulton horsepower. Ram clutch, G-force transmission, Brian Harris race cars, carburetor Bob. I mean, it's ever fast. It kept getting better and better and better, and as it started cooling down, it started getting faster and faster and faster. So can't ask for no more than that.
If someone wanted to come out and be part of this race, what's it take?
They just need to get a car and come on and call Sam and make sure they build the car right.
Fair enough. What about, so a lot of people are watching this from home. Why should they come to it? What do they miss that might not be?
Oh Lord, tonight was a huge event. I mean, this place was packed. I don't know how many was here yet, but it was 3,000 to 4,000 people at least, spectators. I mean, it's just a great show. If you like drag racing, there's no brackets. It's first to the finish line wins, all straight drive for 4-speed cars, straight axles except for the super stock. I mean, we had a full class in just about every class this time down here. Even we had, I don't remember how many super stocks, 12 or 13. So, I mean, it just continues to grow and continues to amaze me at all the people that continue to show up and support this.
So you get all the glory, right? You get interviewed at the end. Tell me everybody that helped you get here.
Okay, well, it'd be the same ones. Well, I've got, you know, Logan, my family. I mean, there's so many people helping to get here. I mean, the whole crew, all this crew that works here to get us here, to put this show on for the spectators, so the spectators can be here. You know, naturally, Gene Fulton power, like I said, G-force, Ram clutch, Brian Harris, Robin Harris. I mean, it's carburetor Bob, Kathleen. I mean, they just so many that gets me here. I mean, that's all there is to it. Without them, I wouldn't be here at all.
That was your opportunity to tell your wife things.
Yeah. Oh, I did tell her.
Anyway, so what do we have to look forward for next year?
Fast. We're gonna be fast next year. So that's what we look forward to. Probably we gonna. I don't know. Next year ain't got here yet. We'll see what happens next year. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, PowerTube TV. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the watchers, spectators. Continue to watch PowerTube TV. We'll be looking for you soon.
There's your A-Gas event winner and world champion, Leslie Horn. Congratulations, sir. There you have it, folks. This season has been absolutely incredible with the Southeast Gassers Association and PowerTube TV. We want to say thank you for watching here, but also make sure you're following the Southeast Gassers on your favorite social media app or on their website. For PowerTube TV, I'm Mike Narks. Thanks for watching.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.